Hey guys, due to technical difficulties, this is episode 1.5 and we will be releasing episode 2 later on this week.
Enjoy it.
Welcome to another episode of Riffcast with Carlos
and Goodson.
Boom. And as always, we're drinking.
Yeah, back at it with the Shiner Light Blonde.
Me with the Corona Familiar.
The Coroma.
The Coroma. And for the first time having it, it's not bad. I've never really been a big Corona guy, but this actually isn't too bad.
Yeah, I'm not too big on Corona myself either, but that's not a bad one.
Yeah, I guess, is it cheap?
Yeah, that big old bottle is like $3.
Okay, guys, having a good party weekend, just buy a big ass bottle of Corona Familiar. Not bad for $3, dude.
Yeah,
I would drink it.
It's kind
which I am, but I didn't pay anything, so I'd still drink it, which is free, which is pretty good. But right on. All right, man. What should we talk about? Anything special?
I don't know. This weekend was kind of weird.
Yeah, it was kind of slightly uneventful.
Yeah,
there wasn't much going on.
So we had Charles's birthday this weekend.
Yeah, Charles.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much going on in there.
Yeah. So what's crazy is he invites us all over. We were gonna hang out and play some games, do a little bit of drinking. He says. We all go over there. And he's just sitting in his room playing on this bass guitar that he bought.
Yeah,
for like the first hour.
Yeah.
We're all over, so we're all sitting there with ourselves, while we just hear him going boom, 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 boom.
My name is Charles.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't blame the dude for wanting to play his new bass, but fuck, you invite everyone over.
Everyone over, and then he just hangs out,
and then he's just like,
in his own room.
Fuck you guys.
Yep. So he finally comes out. We never actually played any of the games we intended to play, except for Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
That was getting old because I read most.
Yeah.
It was a card version of the game instead of being cool kids with imaginations.
Yeah.
We had to have cards prompt us. But but what got me is, so we went outside to go have a cigarette and drink, and most of the group just never went back inside until about 8 in the morning. It was kind of crazy. And not that I'm complaining, it's just weird because they sat outside, smoked cigarettes, drank, which is what you do. And then the minutes kept creeping. Minutes turned into hours, man. So I'm finally I'm going inside. I'm just going to hang out inside at 3 in the morning. And I fall asleep watching YouTube videos.
I fucking knew it, man. I knew you were going to do it. After we left, I was just like, all right, I'm going to go home. I'm going to go do things. And then here and there, I was like, oh, this motherfucker's about to pass the fuck out.
Oh, I did. I passed the fuck out. But I woke back up at about 7:30. Right. And they were still outside talking.
Yeah, no, they came and Caitlin and I woke up and, we had some.
Oh, yeah, y'all bailed on breakfast when it was y'all's idea.
Well, we weren't even 100% sure. We're like, hey, we're kind of hungry, and then we get a picture of the window from the outside over the house, and then so I'm like, what the fuck? And so I was just like, fuck those guys. I want to sleep. And then eventually we woke up way later, like at 5, and then we're just like, let's go get some food.
No, I feel you. They were all like, yeah, we're gonna get breakfast. And then, of course, Charles being Charles, taking him forever to decide on something. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go home and walk my dog. If y'all decide to go get breakfast, give me a call. And I never got a call. Charles is a notorious thinker. And not in the sense that he's an intellectual and shit like that. It will take him 20 minutes to make the most mundane, easiest decisions.
If any of our listeners ever play Magic the Gathering, this motherfucker will stare at his hand at the very beginning of his turn and be like, should I play a land right now? Or should I play a land later? And he sits there, he's like,
And what's crazy, we've all come up with a term called play a land, Charles. And we use that term for people that are just taking forever on their turns. Because it's simply, I've seen him, and many people in our little group of friends have seen him with all of his lands tapped out. He can't do anything. And he's still waiting. He's deciding on what he wants to do.
After, post combat, even if he's completely tapped out on everything, he can't even convoke. He can't do anything else. He
can't do anything.
He's got no magical bullshit.
He's still waiting. He's still trying to decide what he wants to do. Should I pass turn now or 5 seconds from now?
Right. He's like, should I play another land?
Or what's your story about the pho dilemma?
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
With Charles.
So, Charles is on this keto diet. I mean, right on. I know I support people doing all their shit. Whatever kind of diet, and unless you're obnoxious about it, fuck you. I hate people like you. Go burn yourself in your diet.
Well, I'm a vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian.
So it makes me superior.
I only suck plant-based dick. Anyways.
I only masturbate to the veggie tails.
Oh, Lord, yeah. But no, so we're in Houston, and his favorite thing to eat is pho.
As it should be anyone.
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking good. And so he's like, oh, let's go get something. He's like, oh, wait a second. I'm on a keto diet. So he's sitting there, and he's looking at me. He's like, what do you want to eat? I was like, dude, at this point, the onus is on you to find something or find a place to eat. Because I'm not going to sit here and look for keto-friendly bullshit. So we're sitting there for like 20 fucking minutes, and this dude can't find shit. And he's just like, fuck it, let's go get pho. I'm like, Jesus fuck, Peter, you should just play the land. The analogy going back to what we just talked about. Just play your fucking land, go with it.
Some pho.
So yeah, and then I was fucking starved by the time we get there. I was like, dude, I fucking hate you. Just like, play your fucking land.
Oh, yeah.
Go get some pho.
Oh, dude, he's notorious for shit like this. Just taking forever. Okay, so me and our buddy Steven, we were at Renfest with Charles. Mm-hmm. And we find this kilt shop at the Texas Renaissance Festival. For those of you that don't know, it's a very magical thing. Everyone should go do it.
It's amazing.
Go camp there. It's wild.
I still haven't camped, but I've been.
Oh, you gotta camp.
So I've experienced like 25% of it.
You gotta come camp. It is wild. There's this big bonfire.
Speaking of which,
it's beautiful.
For all our subscribers and avid listeners, even though this is gonna be like our whatever episode, we plan on going to Ren Fair this year and podcasting.
Oh yes, we will be podcasting from Ren Fair this year, Texas Renaissance Festival. It is the weekend part-time Burning Man of Texas.
Hell yeah.
There's a bonfire going on, there's drinking, there's drugs, there's naked women everywhere. It's amazing. I recommend you come out.
Anyways, back to your story. I mean,
oh yeah. I was getting sidetracked by the magic of Renfest.
Exactly.
So we find this kilt shop. And I looked through it, and I'm like, yeah, these are pretty cool, but I decided I didn't want anything. Steven did the same thing. But Charles.
The second fucking time. I don't even know why we roll with the fake name at this point. Jesus.
I know, right? So Charles, he's having trouble deciding whether he wants anything or not. And then me and Steven are just kind of standing around. You're like, yeah, man, some cool kilts. And Charles is like, man, I don't know if I want anything. And he goes, he does this thing where he sighs when he has a tough choice to make.
Oh, yeah.
Quote unquote on the tough, right?
On the tough.
And I use that word loosely.
Yep, yeah.
But he's just like, I don't know, man. And so me and Steven, finally 20 minutes passed at this point. We're like, hey, we're going to go sit outside.
That's what I'm fucking done. I would have been like, all right, later, man. You're on your own.
We're going to be by that tree, hanging out, drinking. And Peter's like, right on. Another 20 minutes goes by, and I see Peter walking around with, like, the sales lady at the kilt shop. I'm like, geez, probably about 10 or 15 more minutes passed, and he walks out with a kilt.
Why does it have to be so difficult with anything?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Like, I understand if you're in a hardcore point where you're like, I need to save money and buying stupid shit isn't a choice for me right now. I mean, this man, he's got anyone can afford a kilt unless the kilt is like $500. Then that's
which actually most kilts are. The kilts at this place are actually pretty cheap.
Okay, well then it wasn't a $500 kilt.
No, it wasn't.
I mean, if it was, then I would probably.
I think you spent like $120 on it.
That's not bad.
It's pretty low.
Yeah, I mean. Back to this.
Yeah.
Short, fuck it. Just buy your fucking kill.
Yeah.
Or don't.
He finally came out, and me and Steven were like, man, what the fuck? What took you so long?
You should have went to the lady and be like, don't fucking waste your time.
Don't waste your time. He may or may not give you money, but it's not worth your time.
We can't guarantee shit.
Charge him double for the labor.
For the labor.
Yeah, the labor cost into helping this dude find a kill.
Shit, at that point in time, I'd sell everything.
Oh, I know, man.
I'd fucking like multiply it by 5.
Shit.
Be like, fuck it, man. You owe me a shit ton of money for this bullshit.
As a matter of fact, you need to be an indentured servant. You wasted so much of my time.
Yeah, but dude, I'm excited to go this year. I fucking want to spend the night.
Yes.
I want to get fucking just...
Alright, so last time I went, it was the same time with Charles and Steven.
Yeah. I like how you... multiple times you just said Peter, and now you're back on Charles.
Well, I try to be consistent.
If you guys haven't made the connection, Peter is Charles. Charles is Peter. I mean, if you guys were wondering.
These guys are so sick. No, so we're at Ren Fair this year. We went probably, I think, in
Last year.
November?
Yeah.
Yeah, last year, I mean. And, So we get there, and we show up to the campground. It's still kind of early when we got there. People are still showing up and setting up. We're walking around exploring, and I have this cool backpack. It's not advertised as like a party backpack or like a cooler backpack, but we threw all our beers in it. We're just walking around trying to meet people. And for at least 6 hours, the beer stayed ice cold in this backpack.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. We didn't put any ice in it either. It just stayed cold.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. But that night, as with all nights, they get crazy.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It wasn't until the second night that I became kind of the chieftain of the fire dance, if you want to say. So there's this big bonfire, and people just kind of show up. It's kind of a ritual. People show up with these war drums, hand drums, bongos, if you want to call them that.
Yeah.
And there's just this beat going, and it gets very tribal. And after you've been drinking a little bit, maybe there's been a couple drugs passed around.
Maybe.
I'm not going to say yes or no to that. You walk around this fire, and you lead kind of a march thing. And then on the second night, though, all the drummers sucked. There was different people, and they couldn't keep timing at all. Like, they were always fucking up. So I was just walking around clapping, just being a human metronome for them, which it was kind of helping. And by like the 4th hour I was doing this, like, I was so drunk that I was just like, this is my job. This is my existence.
This is who I am.
This is leading this drum circle. This is my existence. This is what I have to do.
This is me now.
Yes. That's all I do. Probably by the 4th hour, I didn't know this at the time, but Steven's standing there watching, and somebody walks up to him, and he's like, man, your buddy's got a strong clap game. And Steven's like, oh, yeah? And he was about to hop into the circle, too, to try and out-clap me. Yeah. And then the drummers just stopped.
They're like, fuck no. We know who you are. You stay the fuck away. Yeah. We like you, but we don't like you enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's about what happened. But, no, so this place is awesome, because just about probably maybe 40 yards away from the bonfire is this place called, what's it called? I think it's called Pirate Planks. Mm. But it's essentially just strip Jenga.
Oh, yeah, I remember telling you.
Yeah, so there ends up being naked chicks and dudes. You can't be scared to see a wiener.
Yeah, we're all human.
Yeah, we're all just flesh.
Yeah, we're all
naked. I mean, there's naked chicks.
Yeah, it's worth it.
It's totally worth it. And, yeah, dude, there's amateur stripper poles anyone can go hop on. There's fire dancers. It's, for me, I don't know about most people, but I know for me it's a borderline spiritual experience, man. You just get to kind of release and be your tribal self.
Well, hell yeah, man. I mean, like, we've talked about it before in, like, one of the other episodes, that fucking just connecting with nature, be yourself, let loose. Like, I was listening to another podcast, and, you talk about some guy who created this book, or just wrote this book and released it recently, called Tribe, and how people kind of, want to get into that mentality, of groups and shit. And I think it also works with, like, just nature shit. Sure. And, just going fucking ham at, Renaissance Fair and just getting blazed or whatever, drunk, and just letting loose, man. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people out there who don't let loose enough, and, like, after you're just, like, toiling away at whatever the fuck job you do that you fucking more than likely hate, just go out there and just, like, let go, man. Just let it all go.
No, I know exactly what you mean, and that's kind of the thing. Texas Renaissance Festival specifically for me, but I know many festivals like it where it gets tribal like that. And there's something that about the human species, I guess about us, when we get in that environment, it really harkens back to our ancestral days when we were wandering the plains looking for the next great hunt.
Hell yeah, man.
Right? And so there's something communal about it.
Yeah.
That
It's almost like on a spiritual level.
Yeah, I don't want to use that word too much, but you're right. But it may not even be spiritual. It may be totally evolutionary, where we're literally acting like our ancestors from millennia ago. It's very interesting to me.
It's very what's the fucking word? Can't think of a fucking word. Whatever. There's a word for it.
The ancestors didn't know it, so.
So it's okay for me at this point. Fuck it.
Right.
No, there's a word I can't fucking think, but who cares? Anyway, moving on. Nonetheless, be excited for that podcast. I'm pretty sure that podcast is gonna be fucking insane.
Will be coming out in November of 2018.
I'm fucking already excited.
Me too. I'm already making plans.
Oh yeah, man. I'm stoked.
Oh yeah.
So.
What's up?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just ready for I'm ready for shit to go down.
Yeah.
More specifically, I've been reading up on the spiritual and I guess you could say interconnective properties of psilocybin mushrooms.
Very interesting topic.
Yes, it is. And I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go do mushrooms here like in 3 hours or whatever. But my interest is peaked. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, it's just gonna be a very interesting experience, I think.
I'm very interested in myself, and for many reasons, you know, whatever you want to take it, however anyone wants to take it. I think it should just be. I mean, sure, you know, it's illegal and shit, but I mean, it's a natural thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna condone.
Yeah, we're not saying go and fucking
do illegal drugs.
Yeah, go shroom out and stuff.
There's definitely more to it than what people think. It's not a party drug.
I think people just use it in that way, and I think versus the way that it's not, you know, maybe it's the way it's naturally intended to be, which is open up your mind and just see things from outside.
Podcast dog.
They see things outside of such a small perspective, and just realize of what the fuck goes on.
And that harkens back to the whole thing we've been talking about. People they get in kind of this rut in modern society where you work at your department store or in your office and you're just toiling away, and that becomes your existence.
Yeah, you can't let that define you. Can't let that shit define you.
Exactly. You can't, like, let's say you work for some factory making auto parts, or you work as a night stalker in some department store. You can't, like you said, you can't let it define you. And a lot of people do, to no fault of their own, because, I mean, look, we work 40 hours a week. It's a big part of your life.
Oh, hell yeah, man. You know, you get 2 days off if you're lucky or whatever, however.
You just got to make sure you don't get stuck in the cage, the proverbial cage, right?
Yeah, don't fucking limit yourself. If there's anything that this episode I want to be taken away is just fucking do it. Go for it. Whatever it is, don't let that shit hold you back. Because the only thing that... There may be other factors limiting you, like money and shit, and, you know... We're doing this podcast on a basic fucking setup.
Yeah, I mean we're on a wood table in a shitty fucking. I'm sure you can hear the reverb. Apartment existing. Yeah. You know.
Also the podcast dog that should be with us.
Yeah, I know, right?
We love podcast dog.
Oh, we love podcast.
Yeah. So, but anyways, back to that. You know, no matter what it is, if you got to work your ass off at your job to go ahead and get to whatever it is you want to do, then fucking. I mean,
if there's something you're passionate about, fucking do it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if it takes time, then put that time in. Like, I'm building my PC, and you know, right now is probably like the fucking worst time. Parts are just astronomically expensive, and you know, this week I'll be dropping in my GPU, and that's like $350 if I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean, but shit, I mean, it's been months since I've started my PC, but I'll have it finally done, which is great. And I mean, it's for, you know, other videos and shit and all intensive whatever. Right. But I'm not letting it hold me back. It's just taking a long time. I mean, if most people probably be like, oh, it's gonna take too long, it's a shit ton of money, oh fuck, I don't want to do it, the investment's too high, I'm a little bitch. You know, just don't let shit hold you back.
Oh, I know what you mean, man. And that's the trap a lot of people get into, is they feel held back. But you gotta follow your dreams. Don't just do it, be it.
Yeah, be it. Am it.
Yeah.
We am it.
We aren't just it, we am it.
We am it.
English bad.
English bad. Drinking English bad. Grunts good. Connect with ancestors. Run fire. Beat drums.
For real though, I've been feeling the need to hold a fire here very soon, very shortly.
Oh, yeah, man.
Hold a fire, beat some drums around it. It sounds like it's gonna be a great time. I love doing that.
It's a magical time, man.
Yeah, it's a primal.
Drink a good amount, you know, even if you don't get drunk.
You don't even have to be drunk, just feel it.
No, there's a
certain vibe that comes.
There's an energy that comes off of it.
For sure there is.
You feel it, and everyone else around you is feeling it, and you're just like, I don't know what it is about fire, but fire is just like...
Well, I believe it harkens back to our ancient ancestors, where fire at night was survival. And everyone would gather around it, and you'd tell your stories.
Yeah. Or fucking have fun, you know, celebrate, whatever it may be.
Yeah, celebrate killing the mammoth or the saber-toothed tiger or the bear that's been terrorizing your little tribe.
Mm-hmm. Fucking eat it.
And you eat it.
Yeah, talk about the stories, eat it, become it, absorb it into your being. And I think maybe that's another thing, too, as I've been toying with the thought about hunting. Oh no, people we're gonna be freaking out because of that word, but whatever. I mean, I'd feel like you connect. I can't say personally, but I feel like this is true, that you connect with your game, whatever it may be. Especially, I'm not gonna be a person who go shoot it and just be like, oh yeah, I killed that, put it on my wall, and I want to fucking eat it. I want to consume it,
and
I want to
all you can.
Yeah, and then at the same time, you know, be thankful for it, and then you know, connect with it, like
appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate the fact that this animal, you know, not willingly, but its life is its life is being used for a purpose. It's not just like, oh, you're dead, woo, fun, like assholes who go trophy hunting.
Yeah. Well, something to say about the trophy hunting, specifically the trophy hunting in Africa, that is actually very beneficial.
On certain things, I've been hearing, you know, like how elephants like fuck up.
Well, it's not even that. Okay, so all the trophy hunting, I'm not gonna say all of it because I'm sure there is some illegal trophy hunting that goes on.
Oh, no doubt.
But the trophy hunting we see, like the pictures that surface on social media and shit, is people that pay to go to government-sponsored conservations and do a trophy hunt where you say, I want to go kill an elephant or a big old lion, right? And we go hunt it and we kill it. The thing is, we paid a lot of money, probably close to 20 grand to that conservation.
Probably.
To that little, I guess you say animal park. I don't know what they call it. Conservation park?
Conservation, yes.
Yeah. And we paid that, we donated that money to it. Thing is, when we kill it, we don't get to keep the animal. It goes to the local villages, the meat, the hide, and
things
all
like that. I can definitely get behind.
Exactly.
Then it's still being used to sustain.
You're not going to go killed. Yeah, exactly. It's being used to sustain the animals and the local population.
Yeah. I mean,
you're not just going to go kill an elephant
and then take its tusks and then just put them on your wall and be like, boom.
Yeah.
And then just leave the carcass. I mean, sure, other animals will come and get it, but I'm not. You know, they're putting it to use. You're not every bit. You know,
every bit of everything is put to use.
And so that I can get behind. You know, you know,
exactly.
Like I said,
it's and I'm sure there's illegal poaching that still goes on, illegal trophy hunting.
Put that on my mind.
But the stuff that everyone gets all riled about social media is actually very beneficial for the area.
See, things like that I can get behind. But I'm pretty sure it just depends on what people show and then their context. You know, I'm pretty sure so much is lost from as soon as someone uploads the picture and doesn't put some information or whatever. But
that's for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, I really want to get into it. I want to feel the thrill of the kill and the hunt, and and you know, once I get it, to just go through the whole process and see what it actually takes to get, you know, that steak or whatever you're going to eat that night onto your plate versus just, I'm going to go to my grocery store, pick up, package, cook it, boom. I mean, which I'm totally okay with. But I mean, I think there's something more mystical and kind of, you know, just crazy, just, you know, the thought of it, just thinking about it. You appreciate it more. I think give you more appreciation for the animal that you eat, even if you get it from the store.
I completely understand. No, yeah, because there's something more different when you put all the work in yourself to get that fillet.
Yeah.
To get that meat, to get those shoes, to get that jacket.
Yeah. Whatever
you've made it from the animal.
I also think we're decent. Yeah, you know, we talked about desensitization like a couple episodes back or whatever. That, you know, when people, I mean, we lose a pet or whatever, most people just like break out and die. Like, I mean, losing a pet fucking sucks.
No, it does.
I mean, I've lost a few and it's terrible. But I think with that, you get to understand death a little bit better, and you just don't think of it as just maybe like necessarily like the end of it. You think of what goes on. I don't know, something. It probably gives you.
You face your mortality.
Yeah, and gives you a little bit more insight and gives you a little perspective.
Right. But all this stuff we were talking about, how interconnectivity of human consciousness and shit like that, and how it brings us all back to kind of a communal thing, and it reminds me of actually something that happened today at McDonald's, believe it or not, and it was extremely profound.
Was it in a parking lot?
No, I know where you're going with that. She gave the most profound blowjob ever. I was like,
I wasn't going for that, actually. I was thinking about our first podcast, that bitch. That's what I was going for.
Oh, the mountain?
Not about blowjobs, but all right, man.
Yeah, no. I was in McDonald's, and I was eating my shit. I got done. And I'm going to walk out the door, and there's this dude sitting on the floor charging his phone. Looks like a little burner phone, and I'm like, right on, man. And then I'm walking out, and I see he's got a big old trash bag with all his clothes in it on the table. And he's like, excuse me, sir, do you have any, like, a couple bucks I can borrow? I was like, yeah. And I had, like, a pocket full of change.
Yeah.
Like, all quarters, I think. And I was like, you know what, man, just take this. And the dude offered to try and pay me back. He was like, here, do you have your contact information so I pay you back one day?
Wow.
I was like, what? Don't worry about it, man.
This change.
But it impacted me, man. I walked out of there and I was like, how can we just let people live like that?
Well, it's sad, man. It truly is.
It
The only time I'm okay with it is if they're actively trying to do something to change their life.
Right.
If they're, I don't know how many homeless people or people who are just down on their luck are actively trying to change it versus, well, I'm just going to try to live off the generosity of others.
Right. And there is a difference between
that.
But I could tell this dude was on some hard time.
Well, the fact that he also tried to, maybe it could have been a facade. We don't know. I mean, but the fact, we'll give him better benefit of the doubt because he did ask. Like, hey, man, I want to pay back something.
Yeah. And, I don't know, man. It was just, I was like, it led me on to this thing where, there's this concept out there that's kind of in the political spectrum floating around right now. Mm-hmm. This concept of universal basic income, where you wouldn't have some sort of welfare state, you wouldn't have food stamps. Instead, everyone, up to a certain income level, I suppose, would just receive a basic income, like say $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
And it's enough to live. You're not going to be homeless, but it would prevent things like that. I think, and I'm not some sort of, some communist. I'm not a commie or nothing, but I do believe universal basic income would help out a lot. Not only that, but I believe it would free people up. Imagine the potential for a second. People are like, we were just talking about it. Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I'm so busy at work. I work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Well, with a universal basic income, people would have the time to roll back to, say, 30 hours a week. People could pursue what they want. Imagine the advancement in, say, the arts that we would have if people just had the time to be able to follow their passions. The arts, even the sciences. There's super smart people that work at places, but they don't have time to do the things they want to do things they need to do to get themselves out there.
I agree.
And it's just an interesting thing to think about. If everyone, like, even if you did have to work 40 hours a week, but let's say that $1,200 a month covered all your bills. Just that thing right there off of your shoulders, not having to worry about your bills.
It's a big thing.
It is a very big thing.
Yeah, it'd definitely help out people. And
just imagine if the country as a whole was just less stressed out.
Yeah, it'd help people actually be able to try to do something else, like use creativity.
Exactly.
Not just, I'm going to go work. Yeah. And let people pursue some sort of like little hobby or something that could probably change their life. I mean, but the only issue with that is just, where the money going to come from and how is it going to be done?
Well, if we could spend $60 billion a year on a military, I'm sure
I
we can
completely
afford
agree.
$1,200.
I mean,
a
if
month.
that's the case, yes. I mean, if we're gonna cut back from that, I agree.
Yeah.
But fuck, we're America, man. We're not gonna let go of that shit.
I know, and
I wish-
that's the shitty part is I know it won't happen.
Yeah, I wish even if that, I wish the money would go back into the education system. I wish our education system was a lot better. I wish our education system was well funded.
Yeah, well, it's not the problem. It's not well funded. The problem is that it's what it's modeled after.
I feel like
that's
it's a little
what I
bit
think
of
is the
both.
problem. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, everything could use more money, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to be putting whatever the fuck you said the amount, like 60 billion into
Yeah,
the military.
yeah.
I understand having strong
we
military,
spend more on our military. Yeah, I understand too. Trust me, don't get me wrong.
especially in the state.
I'm
the
pro
world right now.
Military. I'm not anti-military.
Yeah, no, I agree. Same.
But we spend more on our military than all the other superpowers combined.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. But with our education system, I think the main problem is what it's modeled after. See, a lot of people don't realize this, but before Germany was Germany, it was a country. I think I told you the concept before.
Yeah.
Before Germany was a country, it was just a group of loosely held together states. One of those states was Prussia.
Mm-hmm.
And in their fight to unite Germany, they kept losing all these wars, all these battles, right? And I don't know along the way who decided to reform their education system, but it happened because they decided they had a very liberal education system. People were coming out of school and university as free thinkers and what have you. People that could challenge authority and question orders. So they changed their education system up to be more authority and centralist focused. Don't question your orders. We're the state.
Yeah.
We are correct.
Fucking follow it,
Don't
yeah.
question us. But Prussia, after that, Prussia united Germany.
Wow.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, one of their battles, I don't remember which one, was so decisive. The United States Army changed their uniforms to match the Prussian uniform,
Wow.
which is the uniform you see in all the Civil War pictures. Before that, it looked like the old colonial uniforms.
Well, that's crazy. That part I didn't know. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
neat.
yeah. The Prussian military machine, after they changed their education system, got much more efficient. And that's what we modeled our
Education system. After.
education system after. That's correct. And I just feel like if we kind of went a little more liberal in the sense of our education, it would be much better. If we decentralized our education system, made it less federally controlled, more locally based.
I agree with that. I feel like that would make a huge impact. And
Oh,
I mean, you know, me personally, I've always had this sense of, you know, like, oh, you need to go to school. You need to do this. You need to be a lawyer, doctor, some other bullshit, whatever, you know, to be successful in life versus, you know, whatever else, like, or an artist of some sort. Like, hey, you want to make music? Well, too bad, you fucking can't. You can't do that.
Right.
Or, you know, just any kind of thing, you know, related, to be honest. Oh, no, man.
Well, it's like, there's this. They really hearken that you have to go to school, you have to do this, blah, blah, blah. But you go through 12 years of government-sponsored training.
Yep.
They're the longest government training program in the world, and you come out economically worthless.
Oh, hell yeah,
Think
man.
about that. So, and not only that, you get out of high school just to find out you have to go into debt just to get more education.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Yeah. Whereas previous, I don't remember when it was instituted, but but big companies, what have you, you used to not be required to have a bachelor's degree in, say, accounting to go be an accountant. You can take an aptitude test at a company, which was perfect. If I couldn't afford to go to college, but I was really good at being an accountant, I should be able to be an accountant.
Yep.
You take the aptitude test, and if you score good, you score good. But the federal government banned that for private companies to do. Now the only entity they can do aptitude tests in the country is the government.
Yeah. It's just fucked up, man.
It is. And if we just liberalized our education a little bit, I think within a generation or two, we'd be running
See a big difference.
a lot smoother. And you'd see a big difference. People would be, I think, especially if we instituted, say, universal basic income, people would be a lot less stressed out. People wouldn't be so high-strung. People would allow things to roll off their shoulders a little bit more.
One thing that I've been thinking about for years now, probably maybe even since I graduated high school and started college, that I wish I took like maybe a year or two off just kind of figure out what the fuck I wanted to do. Because I mean, like we just said, like there's this idea of you have to do it. Like there's no way you're gonna make it. Life is around going to college. I mean, I support going to college definitely. Oh, yeah. But I mean, I was just going and you're trying to do some of my basics and stuff. But it kind of, I was like, why am I doing this? Why am I getting loans? Why am I going so much in debt just to do something that or to pay money for something that I don't know what I want to do?
Exactly. And the same thing happened to me. If I waited a couple years to go to college, I probably would have stuck through it, finished. But I went basically immediately when I got out of high school.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, my story in high school, I wasn't really the best student ever. I had a lot of truancy. So by my senior year, I was doing so much to catch up that by the time I graduated, I was just burnt out.
Yeah, man.
On school, man. And then I immediately went to college. And then I was just like, ugh. All right, this isn't for me. So 3 days later, I dropped out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I went to college for 3 days.
I mean, that's why I said, man, people should just be given time. It shouldn't be pressured on you.
Yeah,
you should
exactly.
just either go work, so this way you work hard.
Yes.
Go work hard jobs. So this way you can be like, man, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. I don't want to be working hard labor.
Or maybe you do, man.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
I'm a big believer in the school of hard knocks.
I don't believe there's anything wrong with it, but it's not for everyone. You know, this way you can realize that, like, I don't want to. I need to. So that way when you go back to school versus seeing, like, oh, my God, I'm just paying so much fucking money. I'm not going to go anywhere with this. I don't know what I'm not sure if this is exactly entirely what I want to do.
Right.
At least this way you have an idea of, like, I don't want to do this. And so help further that. Mm-hmm. And so this way you can just actually pursue something that you want.
That's right.
And then, or even just get some time off and just go learn about yourself. Go travel the world, or not even the world. Just go travel and do something. Go get experiences.
Oh yes, that is the big thing. And to caveat that, something that I'm really happy about, and there's been kind of a trend going on, and it's very nice that it's been going on, is that people are realizing maybe university isn't for them. Trade school might be the way to go. And trade school is amazing because you get very marketable skills, and in some of these jobs you come out making more than somebody with a bachelor's degree.
Oh hell yeah, man! I mean, plus at the end,
you're not in so much debt because it takes a year or two of schooling at the most for most trade school vocational certificates or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, and it's a trend I hope keeps going because we do need more creators.
Yeah.
We need more doers because everyone's going to college. We're getting all kinds
like
of,
I said, lawyers.
We're getting all kinds of
doctors.
lawyers. We're getting all kinds of designers of society.
Yeah.
But not a much of doers.
Doers, yeah. There's nothing wrong with creating with your hands.
No, there's not.
And
As a matter of fact, I think that's more of a valuable skill than being able to draw something on paper and say, make this to the guy that has to do it.
Yeah, it's a two-part system, in my opinion.
It is a two-part system. That's what I'm getting at. We're getting so many people that say want to go be engineers and architects, but no one wants to be the guy that actually has to build it.
Yeah.
And that guy is probably the most important of the group.
No, I agree. I was telling you this. I believe I told you. When I got some electrical training to do electrical work. Not the mind behind it, like an engineer, but the hands-on.
The actual hands-on.
Yeah, hands-on. And at the end of the career, or the program and stuff that they had going on for us, they brought some guys in from a certain construction company. I won't say who. And then so this guy's, showing this video and stuff with Steve Rowe, the guy who did Dirty Jobs. I can't remember his name. Mike Rowe.
Mike Rowe.
Yeah, so the guy who did Dirty Jobs. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the video, the guy's like, yeah, so, you can do all this stuff, be a tradesman, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the guy was like, so let's say you want to be an artist, or whatever he said, or, whatever you want to line up for you. You don't know if you'll make it. I mean, that's 100% true.
Yeah.
And he said, but you're guaranteed to make it out, in construction, which is 100% bullshit.
So is he trying to say pretty much...
He was trying to brainwash
take
us.
The chance.
Don't follow your dreams. Yeah, don't take that chance. Don't follow your dreams. Go and work, someone else's dream. I mean, once again, like we said, there's nothing wrong with working your hands. I'm pretty sure there's people out there who love it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with it. But, to tell someone, don't follow your dreams, follow this because it's quote-unquote guaranteed, which it's fucking not, because there's a lot of layoffs in construction.
All the time.
And so...
things aren't always being built.
Yeah, exactly. there'd be times where it's like, money's an issue, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's... I find that selfish.
It's fucking brainwashing, man.
And incorrect.
Some bullshit is what it was. Pissed me off. I kind of want to talk to him, but I was like, fuck it. No, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Anyone that tells you not to follow your dream or tries to dissuade you from it,
don't
listen to their argument, because they do. Some of them do have points. Like, you're not guaranteed to make it if you take a step out to try and follow your dreams. Everyone's given equal opportunity, but no one's given equal results.
That's true.
You know? So, I mean, yeah, try. If your dream is to be a singer, wail your heart out, dude. But be the best singer you can.
But have a backup plan.
Have a backup plan.
And I think that's going to go with anybody for anything.
Anybody for anything. That's correct.
You always have a backup plan. Even if you do have a degree.
But you must at least try to follow your dream, because if not, you're going to be living, you're going to be about 50, 60 years old being like, man, what if I
fucked
did
up?
this? What if I did that?
Or even on your deathlife and say, man, my life sucked. I
Yeah,
didn't do
I didn't
anything
live what I
wanted
wanted
to
to do.
And I wouldn't want to be that person, man. I don't want to be like, man,
I don't
want to. I wish I tried this.
I hate to sound cheesy and fucking new age hippie chick, but I want to live with no regrets. By the time I'm on my deathbed,
no
regrets, man.
Yeah.
By the time I'm on my deathbed, I want to be like, yeah.
I'm okay
I
with
mean, I
this.
could have done some things different, but I'm all right.
But yeah, I'm okay with this. I mean, that's life. People got to realize too that if you fuck up, and I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, and I'm pretty sure you have too. It's not the end of the fucking world. Learn from it, adapt from it, move on.
Failure is the key.
Let it become a part of you. Yeah, you let it become so you learn. You know, you don't make that mistake again. And then eventually you can pass on the same knowledge to someone else. Like, hey man, I fucked up big time. Dude. Don't fucking do this. Yeah. I mean, it goes back to like how you talked about the mushrooms too at the beginning. I think we can go back to that and just say, if you're in a controlled place where you can do it, you know, safely. You have some people around you who aren't going to be getting high or whatever, or drunk or whatever. Have them watch you do it so you can experience it for yourself at least once. I think I haven't experienced anything like that. I've never tried any psychedelics, and I want to try it not because I want to get high, but because I want to see the universe.
You want to learn
in a different light.
Exactly. Well, it's all about confronting one's ego and realizing that the physical stuff here isn't really that important.
Yeah, I agree.
It's tapping into a greater consciousness. Because think about it like this, man. There's in Oregon, I believe, some Pacific Northwest. I forget which state. But the largest organism in the world is a body of fungus, a giant mushroom, essentially. But it's this collective thing that's just going on. And it keeps going and going and going, and it lives off wet wood. That's what the fungus goes into, right? And you can think of human consciousness almost like that mushroom. It's made up of little tiny different mushrooms, but it's all the one thing. Whereas the people are the little mushrooms, but it's all this one thing.
A community.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in the sense of it's constantly expanding. Maybe it's telling you like, hey, as I expand your mind, open up. Don't be closed-minded. Listen to different things.
And at the end of the day, we could just be rambling about bullshit.
Yeah, no one gives a damn.
Exactly. but it all harkens back to follow your dreams and don't be scared.
Yeah, even if you don't want to do mushrooms or any psychedelics,
which I don't.
At least just do what's going to try to make you happy. I think that's a big thing. And
if it is your dream to sit down at a 9-to-5 desk job all your life,
then by all means,
fucking do it. But be the best at it.
Yeah,
be the best that you can.
Yeah.
You know.
So by the time you're done, you can say, "Hey, man,
if you want to go work at the Home Depot for 14 years,
then fucking do it. Yeah, I guess don't listen to anyone else. Let it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, but don't do it and then realize that you fucked up, you made a mistake, and you could have done something better.
I wanted to work at Lowe's.
I wanted to be blue instead of orange. Fuck orange. I hate orange.
Fucking hate orange.
But I mean, I love orange. So
yeah.
Blue's an alright color.
I mean, it's okay. I prefer blue. I like the darker side of the color spectrum. The colder side, I guess you'd say.
Fuck you.
Well, fuck you. Right on,
your opinion doesn't matter.
Hey, he had a seizure last night. Right on, man.
Yeah, so we were working, and one of our coworkers comes talking to us, and wasn't it the Ponytail? We'll call him Ponytail?
Yeah. So he was a manager of another department, but he was like, yeah, I'm going to take the lead tonight. I'm going to be kind of on the point.
Fucking
the point
hate this
man.
Dude.
Yeah,
fucking hate this guy. I want to beat the shit.
But he's like, yeah, I'm going to be the point man tonight. Your boss had a seizure.
And I go, fucking, right on, man.
Like, of all the times, hey, he had a seizure today.
Right on, man.
Because we were just kind of just nodding.
Yeah, we're just
hoping this dude would just leave us alone.
Yeah, we don't fucking like this guy at all. And so even after he walked away, I was like, man, that was kind of inappropriate timing. I even mentioned that. I was like, wow, that's fucked up. But I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to ever talk to him.
Well, when it comes to that guy, he's worked at this store for I don't know how long, but it's been his only job. And he's not a good leader as far as leading people. He's kind of like, yeah, I'm the head dude.
My dick's bigger than yours. No, it's not. And I have a micro penis.
Do you?
Okay, is this like am I be quoted on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, am I gonna have to make shirts that says Carlos? I have a micro penis.
Carlos quote.
Yeah.
I have a micro penis end quote. Okay, for everyone listening, and for how many people, because we have a lot of people in our group that actually listen to this, and I've been running this joke for quite some time that I have a micro penis. I do, in fact, not have a micro penis.
Bon, bon. You heard it first here, folks.
Breaking
Carlos
news.
does not have a micro penis.
But I'm still gonna run around saying I have a micro penis.
So where did this start, man? Why did this whole micro penis joke start?
So we were in these apartments, actually. Well, not this apartment, but these apartments.
Or you were over at...
Yeah, other friend's place. And so we're playing this game. I won't give too much detail because I realize some people probably get pissed off about what I was going to say. I'll tell you later on. So we're playing some games and yada yada, and then this person starts bringing up penises or whatever. Yeah.
So anyway, cock.
Yeah. Well, okay, fuck it. I don't give a shit about it if anyone. So this person who's a chick trying to become a dude.
Oh, okay.
Stuffs their pants with a dildo. And for some reason, yeah, penis was brought up. I can't remember specifically why, but she's like, well, yeah, Carlos, my penis is bigger than yours. I was like, well, yeah, if you can go pick one off the fucking rack, you can go pick up a horse dick if you wanted to. I'm a fucking human. So, right. and so I can't remember what the fuck happened, but my girl was like, yeah, he's got a micro penis. And then I was just like, what the fuck? I was just looking at her like, what's your fucking issue? Out of nowhere. I was really taken aback. I was kind of offended too. I was just like, I was like, what the fuck's your issue?
Wow.
And then so later on, I'm talking to her about it, and she was just like, I got a little upset. I was kind of like, wait, no, why would you do that? And she didn't really give me a valid reason. She was just fucking around.
She got caught up in the moment.
Yeah, maybe I was in my man period, and I was just being a little pissy for no reason not to be. But
either way.
Yeah, so I told her.
So that's how that happened.
So that's how that happened, and so for ever since then, I've been running and telling everybody I have a micro penis, and now she gets upset that I tell people I have a micro penis.
Until she acknowledges that you don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's kind of cat's out of the bag now. You do not have micro penis. Now, I can't say that definitely, because I haven't seen it, but I'm going to take your word for it.
So what's the step above micro penis?
Step above micro penis, intermediate.
Almost
penis?
Micro penis. I bet almost micro penis.
Instead of the angry inch, you're
I'm the tuna can.
Yeah, you're the tuna can.
Imagine a tuna can, same length, but the width. I got the girth of a tuna can and the length of a tuna can.
Yeah. So that's your. Is that still considered a micro penis at that point?
I don't know, man.
That is the chode.
What's the diameter?
That is the chode.
Yeah, the chode. Yeah,
the prime chode. The prime chode.
But what's the length for micro penis? Like I wonder if that's a scientific thing. Like ma'am.
I mean, I know it's a medical thing. Yeah. Micro penis is a medical term.
But, so imagine this, like, ma'am, you've given birth to a healthy boy, but he'll have a micro penis.
Kill it.
Dog, get rid of it. Put it back.
So this is from the Mayo Clinic, okay?
Okay.
Micro penis means an abnormally small penis.
Okay.
It is rare, fewer than 200,000 U.S. cases per year.
Wow.
All right. Treatment can help, but this condition can't be cured.
Treatment? What are they doing to treat it?
I don't know. I'm going to pull that up.
So it extends? Or do they just staple the extender on, like a fake dildo?
Well, I've read up things about it, and there's like surgeries they can do where they basically cut your junk open, your dick, and they literally put in a shaft.
Oh, wow.
That's one of the treatments, but I think it's kind of old because that was actually caused damage to the nerves and they couldn't orgasm after.
Oh, I'd imagine. As soon as you said that, that's exactly where my mind went. I was just like, that's not worth it.
Let's see. Okay, so this is just a thing off the Google search for micropenis. The Mayo Clinic says usually self-diagnosable. Lab tests or imaging not required.
Go to a doctor. Does this look like a micropenis to you?
And it's chronic, which means it can last for years or be lifelong.
Oh my god.
Alright, so a micropenis is usually diagnosed at birth. The condition can be
I was right.
by irregular hormone levels during the third trimester of pregnancy. Wow. An adult penis is considered abnormally small if it only measures less than 3 inches, about 8 centimeters, when erect. Wow. Dude, get surgery, man.
Sounds like
Treatment might involve hormone therapy or surgery. So there is hormone therapy for it. Extends? I don't know.
So what do they do? Just like pump your dick first?
Well, I'm pulling that up right now. So the medications is hormone treatments. Common drug. Let's pull that up.
Here's some steroids and a big juicy steak.
Basically, you just take testosterone, and hopefully that increases your dick size. What it's saying.
And a big juicy steak.
Yeah, a big juicy. I swam to
What if you just went around like, doctor, I have micro penis. Can I get some steroids and a big juicy steak? You just do it for the steak.
Yeah.
You don't even get this. You don't even like inject the steroids. You just go for the steak.
Okay, and here's the surgery treatment. It's literally penile implant. It took me to Luria Medical Procedures, micro penis enlargement. Let's pull this up. Let's see
where
this
how our
is going.
podcast became about micro penis.
Let's pull this up. I had to say I was over 21, which I am.
I like, it's a good thing my girlfriend doesn't listen to our podcast because she
Oh,
probably really
jeez,
pissed
man. I
with
didn't want
this
to see
episode
pictures of micro penises.
They should give you a warrant. I guess that's why you have to make sure you're over 21.
So basically, if your flaccid penis is short, it is not an indicator of micro penis. Because, as the saying goes...
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Exactly.
Yep.
Let's see, what are the causes? It's obviously a hormone thing. Yes. All right, so if you're between the ages of 13 and 18, you can receive supplemental testosterone injections. So if you're over 18...
You're fucked.
You're fucked. You've passed the window. Sorry, dude.
I'm already done.
You can...
I'm already done. It's like with it for life. Unless I get the surgery, I
thought
guess.
you didn't have a micro penis.
I mean, what? Yeah.
Let's see. If by age 15 or so the genitalia are not growing or enlarging, the treatment can be needed to assist the genitalia growth. Testosterone treatments, once commenced, will cause the genitalia and penis size to grow to the normal adult size. If this window of opportunity is missed between the age of 13 and 18, this type of therapy will not work. Ooh. Yeah, so testosterone treatment won't work past your teen years. Basically, as you're developing. If you miss this window, you have to actually get the surgery where they actually... Yep, no, they haven't changed it. They literally put a 4.5 to 5 inch shaft in your penis.
Wow. I mean, I guess at this point, I'm okay to take roids. It's I have a small penis. Might as well have small balls. And just be ripped, jacked. Boom. Just go like, hey, baby, you want to fuck? Like,
No.
Can I fuck you with my biceps? Because that's as far as that's going to go.
Can you cook me?
Can you cook me?
I'd cook me.
I'd cook me. You're just going to be having sex. That's what it is. Go to her like, hey, so tonight I want to try cucking, but I want to cuck myself. You just look in the mirror. Or no, you record yourself from an earlier time. Where
just watch it.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing. You fuck at that moment, but you record yourself while you're sitting down and you're just like, yeah. And then like halfway through you're like, oh, but I'm having regrets. I don't know if we should do this, baby. And she's like, what? So yeah, that's how you cuck yourself. You record yourself sitting down and just pretend like you're watching it. And then you go through like all the emotions of what a cuck would.
You play that as you're having sex.
Yeah, as you're having sex. And there you go. You cucked yourself.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Maybe I should try that. That sounds cool.
What?
I'd have to fight myself at that point. Go fight like the... But you have to put it on like a flat screen monitor and then like stick it in a chair. The exact chair that you sit in. So it makes it look like you're
yeah.
So that way you just look at yourself sitting in that chair.
You're just staring dead eyes.
You're just like... Oh, yeah, fuck my girlfriend. Fuck her good. Fuck her. Yeah. Wait, I don't know how I feel about this.
Change your mind halfway.
She's like, I don't know if we should do this. Too late now, motherfucker. And you have an argument with yourself. And you know the lines already, so you can so
you can
have
respond.
the perfect comeback for it.
Scripted.
Well, you have a micro penis. She didn't want your micro penis. She would buy micro penis. Cuck you, man. Cuck you.
I'd cook me.
I'd cook me hard. That was an interesting... I don't even know how the fuck... I know how we started talking about it, but like... What did we get a micro penis on our podcast?
Well, I don't know, man. But basically, dudes, if you have a micro penis, it's not the end of the world. There's things that can be
You can
done.
get a shaft installed.
Installed. Sounds like we're talking about a car or a boat. So we're gonna install this shaft.
Can I change this for the new model?
We need to install these sounds. You go to get surgery and a fucking mechanic walks in. So we're gonna install the shaft right here. It's gonna run this way. Then you're actually gonna have to keep it greased up about every 3,000 pumps.
We're gonna give you a little 35-degree bend.
So, a little slight bend to the left.
Yeah, unless you really want to tickle her kidneys, then we can work with that. You have to go in a weird angle. And then during the
welders working on your junk. Welders and machinists working on.
It's gonna be like a video game. Yeah. Just like, yeah, swap it out, Doc. Done. Like, can we get some new balls attached? Like, fuck it.
Kind of want the consistency of like some golf balls.
Yeah,
like if you can just feel like that inside of a sack of flesh.
Go to the doctor. Have you ever heard the term of a baby's arm holding an apple?
I literally want a baby's arm holding.
Go find a child's toy. Take the arm off. Stick an apple on the end, and install it. That's all I want.
He brings it in. You bring it in. You bring in the child's arm holding an apple. The toy version is like, so. This is a facsimile of what I want.
This is
rudimentary.
Yeah. It's crudely made.
But this is.
I want a legit one. Imagine you drop your pants and the chick's looking at it and she's like,
"Is that literally a baby's arm holding an apple?" And you're like, "Yes,
yeah, baby, about to get it all right." I hope you didn't mind. I'm about to cook myself again.
Click the TV on.
Yeah, micro penis. Look at this.
Look at this.
Look at this baby's arm holding this apple. Horses beware. I'm coming for you next.
Oh my gosh. Hell yeah, man. So I had this crazy dream last night. And it's not really crazy. It's just weird that I had it. It basically, for some reason or another, I was living with Joe Rogan.
Right on, man.
But it was like we weren't buddies or anything. We were just like roommates.
Was it? Okay, so there's nothing like romantic about it.
No.
Okay, I'd ask. Yeah. Not that I mean it's just
not that I'd mind.
Yeah,
But
I guess
it
true.
wasn't.
Right? He's a handsome man.
So anyway, we're hanging out and we're just watching this movie. I forget the movie we were watching, but it was an actual movie, believe it or not. And he gets up and he goes to the kitchen. I was like, "Oh, hey, Joe. I started a podcast, by the way." He was like, he's like doing dishes or something. He's just like, "Right on, man."
So, Joe, if this ever gets to your ears, you can have us on. It'd be cool.
Yeah,
Just saying.
What if he had the same dream?
Oh shit! It's just a premonition. You guys are gonna be. We're all gonna
be roommates in a shitty apartment.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where this was.
Oh, it was in a shitty apartment.
Oh, okay. I was about to say maybe you guys are on a hunt since you like to hunt a lot.
No, I should have laid down with the
shitty apartment.
The shitty apartment part.
Maybe you guys are like concrete jungle hunting. I don't know what you'd be.
We're hunting people. That's a good one. Let's bag them.
Let's bag them. Just take them home.
We got a deer stand in like the middle of an intersection. The cop comes up, "Sirs, what are you doing?" Shh. We have to be quiet.
He's in our sights, motherfucker.
Don't move. Sirs, come down from there.
I'll give you like quarter of the meat. It's like, well, fuck, dude. If
No. You're not talking to the cop. You're like, "Let's just sprinkle more pee on us, and he won't know we're here." We got like person pee.
Or you just unzip your pants and start pissing on yourself. Cop, where'd they go? I don't know where they're at anymore. Fuck.
Bagged them. We have like a McDonald's cheeseburger hanging up off of off of a light post. And people start coming up and licking on it.
Oh my god. Oh, he's a big one, all right.
Oh yeah, there we go.
He's a 250-pounder.
He's gonna keep us warm all winter.
I want to wear his skin like a meat coat.
Oh
This
Jesus.
is turning real dark.
Oh shit, I'd cuck me.
I could.
You get back into Buffalo Bill territory on that one. Oh
Jesus,
shit.
man, that was pretty good. I like that.
Thanks.
And Joe Rogan, if you don't hunt people yet, it's the greatest game.
It's the game that can shoot back.
It's the game that fights back. Just remember to pee on yourself plenty. To hide from the cops.
Shit.
All right.
All right, guys, that's another episode of the Riff Cast.
Remember, as always, follow our Twitter at ManyardProduct1, our Instagram at Manyard Productions, no spaces, and now our Patreon, Manyard Productions with the space in between. And of course, fondle the subscribe button, tickle the like, and fucking leave a comment. Come on.
And make sure to swallow the content, too.
Swallow content. And then hit for the notification so when we upload, you guys know it.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be the first to
you
know.
want to know. You want to know when Riffcast hits. Get your daily, your weekly fix of
We're
the
hitting the
Riffcast.
bag. All
Yeah.
sexual.
All right, on that note,
We're done. Yeah, we're done. That's it.
That's a week, guys.